1, 0. All right, Ken, man, the thing is in the house, man. So I am so excited about our next guest. How about introducing him?
Well, Dr. Marc Gille Sepehri.
Correct.
Well,
Good morning, gentlemen.
Welcome to the
Good
Launchpad.
morning.
Thank you.
Well, tell us what Thing's all about.
Things are great. Coming from Brooklyn to Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice, nice.
What do you do? What are we here to talk about?
Well, what we do is we build a digitalization platform. So it's an overarching system which coordinates everything in the building against the devices in the building, the people in the building, and the software systems integrated with it.
Super.
Very cool. Well, how long's Thing been around? How's your company been around?
Company has been around for like 2 years.
Okay.
But I have inherited the intellectual property of my previous company, which I founded in 2000 and sold to a larger financial institution in the US.
Great.
And the main IP in that previous company was a business process management suite, which allows you to coordinate workflows between people and systems, et cetera, and we're leveraging that here as well.
So your primary market is the real estate.
It actually covers every digitalization scenario, but we get a good footprint in the facility space, and facilities meaning everything from smart office to apartment buildings, hospitals, retail, campuses, airports, trade fairs, et cetera.
Wow.
So it sounds like the big value proposition you bring is operational efficiency, right? Making the space better for people to be in.
Efficiency is one part, but I think by far more important will be the enabling of new business scenarios. See, with the arrival of the Internet of Things and the connectivity between people and people with their mobile devices specifically, software systems like a payment system, your general ledger or what have you, and all the devices, old stuff which you already have in the building or new stuff which comes up in the market, to combine all of that, that's the value proposition, and it's an enabler for new business. So the building basically becomes an enabler and a facility for new business scenarios. So the owner of the building can make more money by enabling these business scenarios and allowing their tenants, their guests, or whatever, to do more with the building. And obviously, a part of that margin goes to the owner.
Well, it's really exciting. Tell us about one of your favorite applications.
I like the scenarios where we connect a lot of what had been siloed in the past. Is that something I'm supposed to talk to?
Because we could talk to it if you want to.
So sure. The current, I'm looking at the real estate market from a software perspective, which is kind of fun because compared to financial service industry, the real estate market is still in its infancy regarding software. So what I see is a lot of siloed solutions. Some of them may have an app, but it's the app for that specific purpose, right? There's no interconnectivity, so you log in with a different user account. The building information is different from one app to the other, even if it's the same building. So you have a siloed and diverse landscape of systems, but what you matter of factly want, you combine people, devices, and existing software systems, right? And the way to do it is business processes, right? End-to-end processes. The crux is, if you want to materialize that, you have a software project.
Sure.
You need an integration project, which is a horrible thing, and you know what? The real estate industry doesn't know yet. I know that very well from my experience with the financial service industry. A complex integration project can be a nightmare from a risk, from a time to market, from a cost perspective. So with the traditional approach, you have where you configure a little bit, but mainly develop software with a systems integrator or something. That's not what you want to do. So what we want to do is provide a shortcut to the real estate industry, which is just configure a solution. A little bit of drag and drop by a business analyst or subject matter expert, and you have your solution, right? Nice. So that's what Thing does, and as a result, you get an entry point for all users of the facility in their different roles, be it a guest, be it a tenant, be it a janitor, be it a facilities management technician, what have you, like a doctor, a patient, etc. Right? They all have the same app, but it appears differently depending on what they do. And to give you an example where this has been used, so we are the brain of Europe's supposedly most intelligent office building, the Cube, currently erected at the main station in Berlin. You see where Angela Merkel lives or works right in the back.
Yeah.
So that's that's Berlin's new hotspot.
Nice.
We are the brain of it.
Well done.
Very, very, very cool.
So you're obviously an international company, but how do people get a hold of you? What's your, how do you go to market in North America, say?
Actually, what we are doing, we are the software platform in the back.
I see.
Okay.
Right? Our partners working with the client projects are twofold at least. It is the hardware companies, so we don't provide hardware. We integrate with hardware. We have quite a few hardware partners. We integrate with the protocols, with BACnet, with KNX, with NOcean, with Zigbee, you name it. And we are an enabler for the hardware partner to get more value out of their hardware. So they obviously are interested to partner with us, and we go two clients together because the clients want a solution out of one hand, more or less, with maintenance for both sides, software and the hardware. On the other side, it's kind of the new system integrators in that industry, the ones who, the specifiers, the project companies, who understand what people want from a facilities perspective and materialize it in our software and for the planning.
Awesome.
Very, very cool. And it sounds like come from financial services, you're probably rock solid in terms of cybersecurity, I would guess.
Cybersecurity affects us in three areas. The connectivity from, let's say, desktops or mobile devices to the cloud. That's a kind of a done deal. I mean, security is never a done deal, but it's well understood independently of any IoT questions or so. Then the next thing is the connectivity from the cloud to the building and back. That's an interesting one, like the connectivity to your edge computers and what have you. There is quite a few things in flux here, but also it's a well understood thing. It's pretty much like a virtual private network connectivity with DMZs on both sides and all that jazz. And the third is probably the most vulnerable, but more localized. That's the connectivity from from the devices themselves via radio to the edge computers.
Right.
And obviously, with the various radio protocols and their security measures, you can intervene.
Sure.
Perfect. Mark, you got a booth here? You guys have a booth? What booth
Yes, we are we are outside of this hall, and happy to welcome everybody. And if you want to check our website, it's thing-it.com.
Awesome.
Sounds like
awesome.
you're describing a supermodel, but hey, buddy, thanks so much,
Gentlemen.
Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good stuff.
Thank you.